JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and to share the news with someone today. Now on to the news. Motorcyclist killed in collision on Walks Road, Spanish Town. A tragic collision on Sunday morning claimed the life of a 30-year-old motorcyclist along Walks Road in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. The deceased has been identified as Ramon Fraser, a mechanic of Job's Lane in Spanish Town. According to reports, the accident occurred around 11 a.m. as Fraser was traveling along Walks Road on a 2023 Yang motorcycle. It is alleged that as he approached a section of the road, a 2000 Toyota Land Cruiser made a right turn, resulting in a collision with Fraser's motorcycle. Both vehicles sustained extensive damage from the impact. Fraser suffered severe injuries and was rushed to the Spanish Town Hospital, where he later succumbed to his injuries despite medical efforts. The driver of the Land Cruiser was warned for prosecution as investigations into the incident continue. Several left homeless after fire ravages dwellings on Water Lane. More than 20 people left homeless on Monday morning after fire gutted approximately 10 houses in a tenement dwelling on Water Lane in downtown Kingston. Several children are said to be among those affected. Residents say they lost all belongings in the fire. There were no reported injuries. According to Senior Superintendent Patrick Gooden, it took approximately 15 firefighters to extinguish the blaze, which began at 3:53 a.m. Gooden said it took members of the Jamaica Fire Brigade approximately 3 hours to contain the fire. The cause of the fire is yet to be determined. Police seek 5 persons of interest in fatal Rockfort altercation. The police are searching for 5 men labeled as persons of interest following a violent altercation that left 1 man dead and another injured in Rockfort, a high-crime area in East Kingston. The men being sought have been identified by the police as Max, Gio Dog, Benji, Nikon Linton, otherwise known as Tuki, and Okerula Festa. The incident reportedly occurred around 11:30 p.m. when a taxi driver allegedly stabbed 23-year-old Yusef Linton, also known as ISIS, during an argument at the shared residence. Linton later succumbed to his injuries at the hospital, while the taxi driver sustained a gunshot wound and is now under medical care. According to the police, the altercation began as the taxi driver was at home drinking liquor and quarreling about an incident in which it is alleged that a man had informed him to his girlfriend, who is living overseas. His escalating tone reportedly disturbed other residents, who then attempted to forcibly remove him from the property. As tensions grew, a group gathered to throw the taxi driver's belongings out of his room. Upon investigating the commotion, the taxi driver allegedly saw a man armed with a gun and, realizing he was outnumbered, grabbed a knife to defend himself. During the scuffle, he reportedly inflicted a stab wound on Linton, who had approached him. In response, the taxi driver was shot in the head, but managed to escape and sought assistance at the Rockfort police station. Both Linton and the taxi driver were taken to the hospital, where Linton later passed away. Police are actively pursuing leads to locate the 5 individuals, urging them to come forward as investigations continue into the deadly confrontation. Manchester businessman convicted in murder for hire plot targeting bank executive. Marvin Morris, a prominent Manchester businessman, has been convicted of solicitation to commit murder after offering $60,000 of a top executive of the People's Cooperative Bank, PCB, killed. The 4-week trial concluded on Friday at the Manchester Circuit Court, and the sentencing is scheduled for February 7 next year. Morris, who owns multiple businesses in the parish, was found guilty of hiring General Anderson, a would-be hitman, to murder Glenroy Griffiths, then chairman of the PCB. Prosecutors Natalie Malcolm, Afria Cox, and Lou Cook presented evidence that Morris orchestrated the plot between October and November of 2013 to gain easier access to loans. Angela Butler, a PCB loans officer who was also implicated, was acquitted early in the trial when the judge ruled that there was no case against her. Anderson, who initially faced charges himself, turned a state witness and detailed the plot in court. He testified that Morris first approached him in September 2013, claiming he knew a woman willing to pay $60,000 to see Griffiths dead. Morris reportedly gave Anderson $10,000 up front to buy bullets, but later provided a screwdriver instead, suggesting it as a weapon of choice. The businessman allegedly took Anderson to Griffiths' office and home to familiarize him with the target and plan an escape route. On November 6, 2013, Morris drove Anderson to Griffiths' home, advising him that the bank chairman was on his way. When Griffiths, also a church elder, arrived, Anderson said he felt unable to go through with the attack, describing a surreal experience where he saw two women with wings, which he interpreted as a divine intervention. After abandoning the plan, Anderson revealed the plot to Griffiths, who then took him to the Spalding police station to report the incident. Anderson continued to receive calls from Morris asking if the job was completed, which the police overheard as Anderson put the phone on speaker. The police devised the plan, instructing Anderson to tell Morris he needed bail for a minor charge, luring the businessman to the station, where he was subsequently arrested. During cross-examination, it was revealed that Anderson's recent testimony conflicted with statements he made over 10 years ago, in which he claimed the plot was intended to swindle the woman who initially proposed the scheme. Anderson explained that he previously altered his testimony to protect Morris due to their long-standing friendship. Morris's attorney declined to comment, citing the pending sentencing hearing. PNP says it will object if Holness assumes finance portfolio. The People's National Party says it will register strong opposition if the portfolio of the Ministry of Finance is assigned to the Office of the Prime Minister. Pressure is mounting for Prime Minister Andrew Holness to name a replacement for Finance Minister Dr. Nigel Clark, with just a few days to go before Dr. Clark demits office. Dr. Clark is set to assume the post of Deputy Managing Director at the International Monetary Fund come Thursday, succeeding Antoinette Sale, who stepped down on September 12. Speaking at a party meeting in Northwest St. Ann on Sunday night, opposition leader and PNP President Mark Golding warned that there will be a major uproar if Holness assumes the portfolio responsibility. He argued that the ongoing investigation into the financial affairs of the Prime Minister would disqualify him from providing direct oversight of the Finance Ministry.
The investigation has reached a point where he has not provided all the information that the Integrity Commission needs, and they have said they're referring it to the Financial Investigations Division and Tax Administration Jamaica, two agencies that fall under the Ministry of Finance. Today is 3 days before the Minister of Finance is to leave office. He announced it in August. All know we don't know who is going to be the new Minister of Finance. But it can't be Andrew Holness, because he can't be the Minister of a ministry that has agencies that are investigating him. That would be a clear conflict of interest and totally untenable. And we want to hear this long overdue and important information, because obviously finance is a critical ministry. Jamaica has reached a turning point and they want real change. Time come for change. And I know it's going to happen, because we see the trend over the last year and a half, where more and more people start to recognize that our party has their best interests at heart, that our party can lead the country in the right direction, that our party has leaders with integrity, leaders who believe that the resources of the people must be used exclusively and only for the benefit of the people. And that is why our stocks are rising while the other side is going down.
Water woes for residents of Newmarket, St. Elizabeth. Several years after the laying of pipelines, residents in Newmarket, St. Elizabeth, say they are still without potable water. The community has been without water for several years. As a result, several government entities and schools have to rely on rainfall or trucked water. Among the affected entities are the Louisville Market, Newmarket Police Station, Post Office, Library, and the Louisville High School. The new pipelines were laid from Whitehall to Newmarket. The National Water Commission, NWC, is unable to say when the pumps in Whitehall will be brought into service to provide water to the area. Man implicated in deadly Florida shooting nabbed in Jamaica. A man accused of fatally shooting a 24-year-old in Tampa, Florida in June, was arrested in Jamaica on Friday. According to an article from Fox News, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office said Forrest Jackson, 34, was deported to the U.S. and is expected to answer to murder charges related to the death of 24-year-old Kyle Presco. Presco was reportedly found with multiple gunshot wounds near the intersection of Regents Park Drive and Bruce B. Downs Boulevard on June 17, 2024, and was pronounced dead at the scene. Thanks to the relentless efforts of our detectives, we have taken a crucial step toward justice with the arrest of the second suspect, Sheriff Chad Cronster told Fox News. This outcome was made possible through the dedication of our team and the strong partnership with the United States Marshal Service, Border Patrol, and the Miami-Dade Police Department. Together, we stand committed to protecting our communities and to supporting those in need. The investigation is ongoing. JBN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.